What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Dropping Knowledge podcast. I'm sitting down today with my good buddy Roger, who a lot of you guys probably already know. How's it going, man?
Good, man.
Good. We got a big day ahead of us.
Yeah,
we're already halfway through the day, but
it's been productive already. Hit the gym.
Hit the gym this morning. We're going to the Knights game later. We'll talk about all that stuff in a second.
Playoffs, round 3, game 1.
Playing Canada now.
Stakes are tough now. Stakes are high.
It's no different. We just played Colorado, but now it's like, oh, we're playing the people who invented this shit. So it's like damn, man. I like to kick off these podcasts recently, especially because I've been having so many guests, with explaining how I became friends with a lot of the people who I'm working with. Last episode was my buddy Will from Danger Close Armament, where I was a customer of his, and that's how I've become a lot of friends with business owners like yourself. So I guess act like people don't fucking know who you are. Let them who you know. Give them your vlog intro. What's up, everyone? My name is Roger. I own a company.
Our vlog goes YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name is Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical, where we make holsters and gear, and also film content for this channel.
QVO Tactical, right behind us here for those watching on the video podcast.
I still get people in the videos who are like, hey, where'd you get that holster?
So dumb. In your own gun videos?
Yeah, I'll literally go over now I just do a whole segment every time I know you're gonna ask. Here's the holster. It's made by us, and then people are like, "Who's it made by?" And then it's because you can't link stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a pain, but whatever.
Yeah, that sucked. I had to go through and remove a ton of links in my description.
Involving gun stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, so I became a customer of Roger's. I think I found you on Instagram back in
2013. No. Yeah, 2013.
13, yeah. I was in college at the time, just looking for holsters, whatever.
You were literally my 6th customer ever, number 6.
And that was in...
Santa Cruz, California.
Yeah, Santa Cruz. So I found you on Instagram. I bought a XDS holster, and then I hit you up for a Glock 17 with threaded barrel and whatever.
Yeah, you'd hit me up wanting a 2-tone double layer XDS. So that. Yeah, and then you...
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, it'll be super thick, but you can always just slide it out. And then you're like, hey, I could take this out.
I did slide it out. Yeah. I still have that holster. The second one, you obviously don't do this anymore because your company has grown so much, but I remember sending you cell phone pictures of the gun next to a ruler.
Oh, because you have the comp on it?
Not even a comp, just the threaded barrel and everything and whatever. So
we still do now we don't have to do that now. We develop molds that will accommodate all of that. So.
Yeah, you have a mold that would definitely work with most of that stuff now.
Yeah, it's stuff we learned learning how the Glock 34 with if you're gonna do a weapon light KLR1 X300, it doesn't matter what the length of the Glock is.
Yeah, because the
light's longer than the gun regardless.
And that's where the retention's gonna come from too. Yeah. So I was a customer of his for a long time. I made some videos on YouTube, and he was like, yo, that's dope. People have been
1,200 subscribers at the time.
Yeah.
And I got your video. You're like, hey, I made this video. It was the one where you're I
think I laid out 3 different holsters or something.
Yeah, and then you were showing appendix, showing the wing. Just great explanation, articulation of everything. Describing it better than we could at the time. And so I sent it to John, and John his text back, put that kid on payroll.
Now here we are. That was
I was for you guys that live in Vegas. I was in the parking lot of Han Surplus out off of Lake Mead. It's a military surplus store.
Okay.
But we needed. I was filming some stuff because by that time I'd moved back to Vegas, and I was filming a commercial for my medic.
Oh
with trauma, and I needed smoke grenades.
Okay.
And so we'd gone over there to pick some up. And that's when I was in the parking lot watching that video.
Yeah, that's when you called me, actually, because I remember I was working in, I think I lived, or no. Well, so the first time I was a customer was 13, but that was a year or two later, maybe. And you're like, yo, you should come to Vegas. We're getting smoke grenades and this and that. And I was like, cool, smoke grenades. I never messed with that stuff before. So that's how Roger and I became friends. He left his previous job, to pursue QVO full time at roughly the same time that I was thinking about leaving my job.
I called him every day for a few months.
Yeah, he left his job after one of the SHOT shows, and then every day calls me, yo, you quit yet? I'm like, no, I'm thinking about it. Yo, you quit yet? No. And then I finally quit. I called. I was like, yo, dude, I quit my job. And you're like, cool. Click, hang up.
Cool, get to work.
Cool. Now let's go build stuff. Ooh, Whammo's here. Hey, Whammo. That's Roger's dog. So quit my job, came out here, and I hung out here for 3 months or something like that. We built the whole set that you guys see behind us right now.
You had started helping me film starting our vlog, my first vlog. I did 5-minute vlogs every single day for 75 days, Monday through Friday. Is how I started.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it was it was fun, but editing on my iPad was just super quick, and it made our following get huge. We got to 10K super quick.
And you're at, I think there's a counter behind me.
It's 28.7.
28.7, dude. Doing good things.
Well, I just remember talking to you, and then I was really big into Casey Neistat at the time, and he talked about how the first 10K was the hardest for him to get.
Yeah.
And then, so I started doing that because he talked about Jesse's method of vlogging. But Jesse did for every day for 6 years.
Jesse Driftwood?
I don't know. Is it the guy?
Oh, Jesse Wellens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I vlogged every day for 6 years.
Dude, I respect that so much because I just made daily videos for not even a week, for 5 days straight.
It's exhausting, man.
As I'm traveling, I'm just dude, I just can't do it anymore. And it becomes kind of demotivating because I find that when you make daily videos, it's hard for people to keep up with them. So the initial people who are on notification squad, they'll watch them when they come out, but the views will be relatively low. And then since you put out 5 videos in the last week, it takes a while for people to go back through and watch them because they got 1 million subscriptions in your box. But yeah, I don't know. It's I would love to do daily videos. I guess if I had an editor and a filmer where I didn't have to do everything start to finish.
I was only making them 5 minutes.
Yeah, true.
That helped. I cut out way more than got to make the actual final cut.
And just vlogging too is a little bit easier because whenever I'm making videos, I'm all especially recently, I'm doing shit. I'm going on hikes, I'm exploring places. I'm trying to. I mean, I'm doing what I would normally do, but
for a 5-minute vlog, dude, just a trip to visit Mike would be that's done.
Yeah, and I've thought about doing that, but I don't want to oversaturate my main channel with a bunch of vlogs again because I started just doing stuff like that, but then I got more into reviews and specific adventure type of videos and build videos, how-to stuff like that. So
what do you feel so for me, I thought it wasn't going to do well, and then after about 2 months of doing it, saw it doing really well. What do you think the time that you have to do what's the time that you have to wait to see how it does? Yeah,
that's a question that a lot of people who are starting out on YouTube, they want to know because it's oh, how long do I have to do this until you see success? And there's no right answer for it. I would say when I started my channel, I didn't I was watching a lot of the big YouTubers like Casey and Jesse occasionally, Peter McKinnon, and I was just my life's kind of interesting. I'm traveling around right now. So if I make 1 video a week that's doable while I'm working 9 to 5, I can totally make that happen. And I didn't see success. I think my first year I was at maybe 5,000 subscribers. And then once I got closer to 10, I had a few videos that really started taking off. And then making gun videos, Sunday Gun Day, that exploded because everyone was searching for product reviews, which is why I still do product reviews now. It's something that I enjoy doing, but it's also searchable, so it's good to do that. But yeah, I would say I don't know, if you're just straight up vlogging, I don't know how long it would take. What do you think?
I think it just depends, man. For me, I said, I started seeing huge growth for what I was doing. After 2 months of doing it, all of a sudden we're talking went from 600 to 6,000.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's hey, you gained 2,000 followers. Hey, you gained another 2,000 followers. And I was oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then I stopped for 2 months and just took a break. And man, just the comments of where's the vlog? I look forward to this every day. Where's my 5 minute? I was just yo, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah. And then as soon as you stop, everyone's wait, I liked all that free content. Now what am I gonna watch? I guess that's how it goes.
I think though, also for us was remember how we used to shout out a customer every video?
Yeah, that's true. We'd pull an order. We should do that. We should do that in today's video.
We're good.
I don't know if anyone uses my code anymore since I removed everything from my descriptions. Maybe occasionally. I don't know. So I got a bunch of random reoccurring questions on the podcast. Actually, before we get into the dumb questions, what else is going on in your life?
Life's good, man.
The Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
What is that noise? Anyway.
Talking about the first one or the second one?
Yeah. Oh, we said we were going to talk about that.
I mean,
if you want to.
Nothing crazy. On my birthday, like I was a passenger in my Tesla. We got into a rollover car accident. Thank God nobody was hurt. We're all okay. My shoulder's a little still messed up, kind of going like a chiropractor for it, but I mean that's all that happened. I will say this: like if you are thinking about buying a Tesla and worried about the glass ceiling, glass roof,
the glass roof.
I mean it cracked, but man, like literally, like for what happened in that accident, there should have been major injury and there wasn't. So
yeah,
that's why another reason like I got another one. So I was wondering why I bought two this year. Like insurance, like when you finance or do everything through a Tesla, they make you get the gap insurance, and luckily I did on this one.
Yeah, for sure. And what's cool about the Tesla too, like the safety rating of them, is essentially because there's no motor or anything up front, they can have like really good crumple zones. So if you get or you hit a car or a car hits you head on, you have all that room up front that's built to absorb impact, and then it keeps like everyone inside pretty safe, which is rad. So that was a Model Y. You got another Model Y.
Yeah, and well, I mean, not that it's like I guess what's silver lining, but getting the second Tesla, like there's already upgrades to like I got Teslas 2 months apart, and there's already like upgrades to like the new one that I have now is all camera. There's no more like sonar built in. So now all of the stuff is built off better. Like they put better cameras in.
Okay, yeah.
That stuff to make it safer.
And that was the first one in 2020?
No, 2021, man.
Oh, so they just update them.
I literally had less than 500 miles on that first car.
Okay, so they just go through like normal.
Like I literally got on the first one that I got because our buddy Wayne got one.
Yeah,
and
I haven't seen his in person.
He got his December. He got 2020 in December.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2021 in March, and I had completely different interior than him.
What changed in the interior?
So that whole center thing used to be like this glossy, like super fingerprint absorbent.
Was that when the screen was flipped the other way too?
I think the screen's flipped the other way in the Model S. But it was just the center console didn't have as much storage and stuff, and so because like I talked to Wayne when I first got it, and he's like, "You're gonna have this cool thing, you're gonna have this," and
then it was completely different.
No, he knew what I was getting. He told me about it. Yeah. I was like, "What do you mean?" And he showed me his. He's like, "Yeah, this is what I have." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Dude, he stays up to date on Tesla shit because like he knew that I've been into electric vehicles because of skateboarding and everything like that. But like
he's probably the most surprised you don't have one yet.
Yeah, probably. You've been pushing for me to get one.
Get one after. I'm trying to get him to. We've been going around everywhere in the Tesla.
Yeah, I got some stuff going on right now, but I probably will get one soon. What's cool though is that like
you guys use the code in the video, maybe we'll win one.
Yeah. I can link that down below too. So that I did a quick video of Roger's Tesla on my main channel. The first time actually driving one. I've been in a Model S before, and it was an older one, and the build quality has improved significantly. Like the first couple that I've seen in person, it like the build quality, I always get in and like touch things and like feel door handles and everything, and a lot of the older ones were like kind of creaky and whatnot.
Like you're in a rocking chair.
And I get in yours and I'm like fucking touching everything, like pushing buttons and shit, and I was like, wow, this is actually really nice. You got the white interior.
Don't be scared to get the white interior. There's awesome videos out there where people are like pouring maple syrup, honey, ketchup, and it just wipes away. It's like they call it like a vegan leather, but it's not real leather, and it's super soft, and like I'm always worried about like just getting black scuffs on it and stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
but
what? Like,
I have, man. Like when you get your Tesla, and I'll say this, man. Like Tesla, my experience every time I picked up from delivery has not been good. Like, it's I kind of like we talk about this every time. Like, I find that a lot of products that I get in the market, whether it's the gun industry, camera industry, whatever industry, if the product is really good and speaks for itself, I've just found that the customer service is kind of lacking.
Yeah. So that's how it is with Tesla.
Yeah,
then?
Man. It's like you know, you're going there to pick up a $50,000-$60,000 car, and they make this like this whole delivery thing, right? And you get there, and it's just like this last time, like they didn't even know I was there. I was like there for an hour, and I was like, hey, I just been back here. They're like, oh my god, we forgot about you. Sorry. Like,
do they even like walk you through it?
Yeah,
because there's so much that goes into a Tesla, like feature-wise, that you can only do through the screen. So
I found that when I got the test drive, when I went to do the test drive, customer service was top notch.
Because obviously they want you to buy.
Trying to sell it to me,
right?
So I would recommend anybody's gonna go buy one. Go there and test drive one first, because they will like take all the time to give you an extensive like walkthrough, and then they take a copy of your driver's license and go, here, you have 20 minutes, go drive around.
Sweet.
They don't even go with you.
So they just are like, go for it.
Yep. And
poke around, do whatever you need to do.
Everything's being recorded, but
right, true.
And But definitely go do that and the walkthrough. And the thing is too, like by the time you get the car home, there's already a new software update with like, they do seasonal updates. Like you've seen all their videos. Like at Christmas, they do like your car. They'll make it do like a Christmas light show and stuff.
They put the Trans-Siberian Orchestra thing.
Yeah, so they do the stuff like that. And it's like, and then you connect it to Wi-Fi and you can update it and stuff. Like how like we're what you're late 20s. I'm mid 30s, and we're still laughing at
at the whoopee cushion. Yeah, there's a whoopee cushion feature, which you guys have probably seen if you researched Tesla at all.
You can have it turn on like when you use your turn signal, and you can designate whose seat it's in. Like, yeah, it's just great.
It just farts.
I left the signal on. I couldn't figure out why the car wouldn't stop farting.
You have your like 4-ways on. It's just constantly farting as you're driving down the road. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. I think if you got the black Y with white interior. Yeah, or the gunmetal one.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
If you get gunmetal though, I feel like you should get black interior.
I don't know. I like the white interior, surprisingly.
Get the black one,
just because it looks.
Can put them next to each other.
That would be pretty dope, black and white. I've been a shareholder of Tesla for a while because I believe in what they're doing, and if you look at like what Elon Musk is doing on a bigger scale, like with the Boring Company, and I mean SpaceX too, doesn't quite relate the same as the Boring Company and Tesla, but there could be a huge infrastructure once self-driving cars are more adapted to think about like right now you take your other vehicle, your Tesla's at the house, and we're going to go to the hockey game tonight. Imagine a time where you could like turn on Uber for your Tesla and it just goes and picks people up, which sounds fucking insane right now, but it's really not that far off. I mean,
I feel like the tech's already there. It's just more getting people to jump on board with the
safety. The thing is too with Tesla, like if one news story breaks, someone's out driving Ford F-150 and they crash it. That doesn't make headlines. Someone's driving a Tesla and it happens to possibly maybe be autopilot related or whatever.
Well, the thing is this, right? Say it's
headlines.
It's full self-driving, autonomous mode, but somebody else crashed into them. The news isn't going to talk about the vehicle that's at fault that crashed into them.
Right, they're going to talk about Tesla.
The Tesla was in self-driving mode, and it had nothing to do with the fact that it wasn't Tesla's fault.
It's kind of unfortunate, but I think that'll change in the future. And another thing too, like just based off of posting the video of your car, there is a huge split. Like I don't think I've posted a video like that in a long time where there's so many people on different sides.
I love the Tesla for in town. Like going to Utah this weekend, I took my Tacoma because had I not, like, there's places you're going to go, like, and it's
right.
It's close to getting to where there's people that are driving cross country, but you have to kind of go out of your way.
Yeah. But still, like, a lot of people are like, oh, they'll say that, like, oh, if you live in a city, that's fine, but I live in the country and blah, blah, blah.
Or you're talking about the guy that was like, I'm your age, and I would never, and you're like, you're not my age.
Yeah, I was like, I'm looking at your picture, I'm like, we're definitely not the same age, especially the way that you're talking, we're not the same age. But there's a lot of people, too, who I can kind of appreciate this, too. They're like, oh, it'll never replace, like, my V8, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, dude, of course. Like, I love just engineering that goes into vehicles, and there's a lot of things like the satisfaction that you get out of a Tesla performance-wise isn't going to be the same that you would get out of a Challenger, like your old car. Like,
I don't know, man. The Model S Plaid,
it's faster. The
Model
Tesla
is faster than my Challenger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's definitely faster, but you don't get that same feel, which is what a lot of people comment on.
Like, I want the Model S. If you guys are hearing tools and stuff going, like, we're still like
they're building holsters back there. Just move closer to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like the Model S Plaid doing like 0 to 60 in 1.9, like, I don't want that. I want to be in it. I want to drive it once. I want to do it once. Like, I watched a video the guy did, like, he got to 90 in 3 seconds.
Dude,
but I don't want to drive that every day.
Yeah, like it's super impressive, but also the performance package.
We go to jail.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you can go to jail in your car. Like,
yeah, I'm okay, but that's like a little faster than the Challenger versus like 0 to 6. Like if something was to happen, it's so quick that you wouldn't have time to react to somebody coming, like a car pulling out in front of you.
Yeah, no, there was nothing you can do. And then Elon Musk said that they were going to do a Plaid model of the Roadster.
No, so it was called the Plaid Model S Plus, and they stopped.
Okay,
and it did 0 to 60 in 1.89 versus 1.9.
Yeah, and it's just, and his tweet was like, The S Plaid is already super good. He's like, we don't need to make anything better than that right now. But it makes you think, like, what are they going to do? Like, I guess the Roadster is probably 1.9 too. It has a top speed of 250 miles an hour. Like,
I want to say,
nuts.
I mean, don't quote me, we can look it up, but I think the Plaid is faster than the Roadster.
Is it? Okay. Well, I think the Roadster was 1.9 when I looked. But
maybe that's why they were doing the Plus, because there was a big thing about making it 1.89, so it could be faster than the Roadster.
I wonder if they'll do a Plaid Roadster then. I don't even know.
There was a Roadster when I went to pick up mine up from service the other day.
Oh, really?
I was looking at it. It was like one of the first ones, though.
They got to be tiny. They look tiny.
Super tiny.
Like even the Model 3.
They look like a kit car.
Okay, yeah. The Model 3 is pretty small too, so like something even smaller.
Dude,
than that.
I would like my goal would be to have like the Y for like Dez's company vehicle, and then a 3 Performance to like drive around in. I think a 3 Performance would look sweet.
That would be rad. Still need a gas vehicle though. You need a range truck
keep
like the
my Tacoma.
Yeah. That's what
I'm saying. I had a third vehicle.
Yeah, I know.
And like there's rumors always floating around, but I was like seeing like concept stuff of like a Tesla motorcycle. And I'd be down for that.
Well, wasn't there a concept in the back of the Cybertruck, like for ATV?
I haven't looked at the Cybertruck because I think it's ugly.
I see that's another thing that split. Like I think at first I was like, wow, that's ugly, but the more I look at it,
it looks cool, but it doesn't look functionable to me. It doesn't look like it looks like something I'd take to the range and be like, yep, not enough room. Yep, I'm worried about screwing this up. Yep.
Yeah, but if you shoot it, bulletproof.
What are you talking about? I didn't even take the baseball.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, that was a super prototype. I wonder if are they releasing next year, 2022 or something like that? I don't even know. But
you were saying though on the like how the build quality of the first one.
Yeah.
And like it I think this is like across the board for all of us. Like you had told me something all the time, like, hey man, start making videos, they'll get better. I feel like had Tesla not done their first models, look at like the F-150 Lightning. Remember? Do you remember back in the day the F-150 Lightning was like their race version?
Yeah, the Lightning was like their V8 like super fast truck.
Now it's their electric one.
Yeah.
And I think that looks dope. Like an F-150 Lightning, like think about like John.
I think they should have changed
John could have the F-250 diesel for doing all his road trip stuff, but then in town running errands, picking up stuff for us to do QVO wise, he could have the Lightning.
You're gonna need a fucking huge garage.
Working on it.
To move the shop where you guys can hear him making holsters behind us, move that to a big place, and then have like a 8-car garage.
I'm looking at it, man. We'll see. Like we have there's been a few properties we're looking at. Like to me, ideal would be having like a driveway that goes back and then like an RV garage with a shop. Yes,
having it in a little more property.
Yeah, but it's just hard, man, because I don't want to like John lives out northwest and north, so he's got an acre, but I don't like it's far from like I'm all about convenience, guys. Like for you guys that live in the Vegas area, I live up in Summerlin. Everything I do is within like it's a few minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Like we went to the gym today. It takes us 90 seconds to get to the gym.
Yeah,
like the gym is convenient, therefore I'll go do it. And a lot of people are like, oh man, if you're motivated, I'm not motivated.
But it also, I mean, keeping this property too, though.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the other thing I told you yesterday. I don't mind sharing that. Like, I refied my house. My mortgage is like $950 in this house, so I'm never gonna sell this. I'll rent it out. Like, that's another goal we want to do is like have a real estate side of the company where we're investing. Like, my business partner John, he built a lot of the buildings for the county when he was with them for 30 years, and so what we want to do with that is like have something where we could buy various properties throughout the Vegas Valley, work on them, fix them up, and get them to where they're rental worthy, and just have like it'd be awesome to have 6 to 8 houses just bringing in income every month.
I mean that would be ideal if you could set yourself up to do that. Like I'm just speaking in general terms.
Yeah.
Like you're at that point where you're setting yourself up to do something like that. I mean that's just huge.
I've been getting the question a lot, like, hey, what are you gonna do for retirement? And it's like I think about like this is retirement to me. Like if I left being a cop for did 8 years with the police department or 3 years as the head of the security for the government here, and it's like like I left that to do this, and this is retirement to me. Like,
and I hate the term passive income because I don't really believe that any income is passive. Even like investing, because you need to have you earn the money at some point to put it into your investments, and then you're taking a big risk at that point.
Sure.
However, owning a rental property, if done correctly, is very low maintenance, especially if you have a nice property with tenants who are going to treat it respectfully. Then you're not in there fixing things all the time.
My realtor's brokerage, they take just 8% a month.
And they maintain everything?
Yep, I don't have to have any contact.
Yeah. Done. So having that, even one property, but like you said, if you could have multiple properties with constant income, that would
It's appreciating investments too, man.
Yeah, and not that you're struggling for money or I'm struggling for money, but just having that extra income coming in where you don't have to, like, again, not that you're like worried about QVO going under, because you guys are obviously doing fucking great right now, but it's one less thing to think about. It's like, I'll use my investment money to cover my costs and everything, and then everything that I'm putting my time and effort into right now is going to be profit that you can put back in.
Well, it's like, they're talking like creating generational wealth. It's like I didn't grow up wealthy. Like, I mean, man, in my 20s, I was shit with money. I was living paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Like
a lot of people still are.
And it's like reading books, like our buddy Ryan, Embrace Recoil, or like Sleep Dollars. You guys follow him or not?
Yeah, shout out to Ryan. Sleep Dollars on Instagram.
Yeah, him and I talk a lot about money, and it's like, a lot of people are uncomfortable about the conversation, and like, don't sound like a dick, but like a lot of people would be like, hey man, like, like you're talking about money a lot, this and that. And it's like, well, yeah, I was focused on it because I was tired of like living paycheck to paycheck, or like not going out with my friends to go eat dinner because I knew that like, hey, that's like $35 from just me. I'll meet you guys up after.
Right.
It's like, because you're trying to like make sure you can cover bills and stuff. And like, I got to a point where I was like, hey man, that's all I was thinking about and learning and getting myself educated about money. And it's just like simple shit they don't teach you like in high school, like balancing a checkbook. Like that's not taught. Dude.
I do have a checkbook, but like, yeah, I remember learning that very vaguely, but it's like, they don't teach you shit that you actually need to know.
Or like learning how, like, don't pay into your taxes, wait to the end of the year and owe the IRS versus giving them an interest-free loan.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't really in a position where they have to worry about that, but if you ever get to that point, like, just be smart with your money,
here's
man.
The thing. So as a cop, I would get back $6,000 to $8,000 a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by taking $6,000 to $8,000 a year this year since November and investing that into learning about stocks and dividends and just all the stuff I've been doing, like I would have turned that $8,000. I turned $15,000 into $75,000.
Especially so
I could have turned that $8,000 into something, paid my taxes, and made money instead of giving the government interest-free loan.
Especially the way that you're looking at it right now. Like if the IRS is badgering you to pay quarterly, like learn about investments. I think that's like a one key thing. Like once you start making more money and they ask you to do that, that's when you should take a step back and go, okay, the government, like Roger says, they want an interest-free loan, which is essentially what it is.
Yeah.
You got to do something else with that money in the meantime. Don't just put it in your savings account. Actually do something with it, and you can make more money. Again, it's still risky, could be risky depending on what you're doing with it, but really good possibility to make more money to cover the cost of your taxes at the end of the year.
Well, okay, so other business owners out there, if you get to the point, like, so this year I had to pay $60,000 in taxes, right? And so instead of just...
it hurts.
Yeah, it does. It's a good problem to have, though. If I'm paying that much in taxes, yes, the business is doing really well. But what I could have done with that, just took the $60,000 and put it in an index fund.
Yeah.
Made, what, I don't know, 5 to 10% on that, if that. That's still better than giving it to the government and
Low
not
risk.
making anything on it.
Right, yeah.
And then it's like... I'm really big on, if I don't know about something, educate myself about it or hire an expert that does. I hired a Harvard grad tax attorney who just began educating me about all the things about running my LLC and all the things that we needed to do, from like SEP IRAs. I didn't realize that you can put up to $55,000 per person into your self-employment pension. That's what a SEP IRA is. They're explaining it to me like, hey, don't do that though. If you were to put, so say I did that, say I put 55,000 and the government's like, oh, hey, you owed us 60, but you did that, so you only owes 5. They're gonna come. They're gonna audit you. They want their money. They want their cut. So they explain to me like the things to do to just honestly like how the wealthy stay wealthy and how they have all these loopholes and how they play ball with the government in regards to like the IRS and stuff. And like when I learned about it, I was like, man, like this is, and of course like
that's knowledge that
they should be teaching you in school, but they don't, because they want everybody to like. I read something about how like, hey, getting a job that you think pays you a lot and then you have nothing to show for it at the end of the year is just modern day slavery. And I was like, oh my God, I'm quitting the county. I'm quitting the government.
You're paying, or you're taking pay in exchange for your time, which if you have the knowledge, you could use that time way more effectively to make yourself money. It's way easier said than done.
All the 9-to-5s that you've had, like even before college,
mm-hmm.
Did you ever find yourself at the end of the year with more money than you you actually
than I put in like time wise? No, it's never the case.
You know what I mean? It's like
even when I had my like good paying IT job that I went to college and got a degree for, like it not only was like if I look at it now, not only was my time not worth it for the amount of pay that I received, but it's just like it's such a waste of it's damn, how am I trying to say this? It's not fulfilling at all.
Juice is not worth the squeeze.
And a lot of people realize this during COVID too, like spending more time at home, whether they're working from home, spending time with friends, family, their kids, whatever it is. Then they realize like, oh my God, all of these hours that I'm typically in the office, I'm now spending with my family, loved ones, whatever it is. It's like, wow, this is way more fulfilling.
Think of how many colleges found out that like, oh, hey, we don't need to go to a campus.
Yeah, and they're still charging the same amount though, which is like insane.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like I talked to a lot of people that were on both sides of COVID, were like monetary, like that were hurting versus that were doing well. Mm-hmm. Like us, we tripled staff, man. We tripled revenue and staff, but you know our industry kind of called for that when people were panicking about being able to get stuff. Mm-hmm. But I've talked to other people like service industry, you know, and there were some that were just like going to file unemployment and live off of that. Versus I had some friends that started making TikTok channels, like making alcoholic beverages that were bartenders, and they're like, yeah, now we're getting like. I'm only making like an extra couple $100 a month through TikTok, but it's led to like brand deals.
Yeah, that's how you start meeting people. Like, I mean, that's how I started on YouTube. I became friends with you because I was a customer, like and a lot of it revolves around making content. But with the internet, like, it's kind of dumb to not. You have a phone in your pocket, you can take photos, you can take videos, you can do a podcast. There's so many things that you can do to actually, like, doing this right now to me is not work at all. Like I had to set up.
We would literally just be doing this in the other room with no camera or headsets on.
Exactly. So like, hey, turn some fucking microphones on, turn the camera on, and talk about it. And I think if more people did that with like what they were actually passionate about, hanging out with the friends, like say you're into cars and you like building muscle cars, sit down and like fucking.
There's too many people in this world to not be interested in what you're putting out.
Yeah. For sure, especially when it's a hobby like that. Like even the super, super niche things. You look at some like TikTok channels or YouTube channels and like, dude, look at the lock-picking lawyer. You know who he is? Mm-mm. On YouTube? He's a lawyer, I guess, but all his channel is picking locks. And he has like, I don't even know what it's at now, probably like 2 million subscribers. And he has like 1-minute videos. It's just a top-down view. He's like, check out this padlock we got from Master Lock. And he's like, they think this is really secure, but watch this. Pops it open. That's all. Thanks for watching. And dude, he gets millions and millions of views.
I find myself watching that guy that makes knives. Like, is this tiny life or this tiny knife or I can't remember the exact name.
There's a lot of knife makers too.
But he doesn't talk. It's just straight time lapse.
Oh, is he a knife maker or a restorer?
Knife maker.
Okay, there's one called My Mechanic that does the same thing, but he'll like
or those videos where they like restore little toys.
Yeah, just like that.
Man, I'm like,
he's like. I saw one. There's a bench vise. Like there's a bench vise sitting behind me here, and it was like old from the like super early 1900s, and it was all rusted. Ripped the whole thing apart, put it back together, like a 30-minute video. But it's interesting to watch, and because the runtime is so long, and you just sit there and you're kind of like mesmerized by it, just
fall asleep to it. Like where's that? Here, look at this.
Like what is going on?
Like dude, Fitz Psycho Blades, one of the guys that works for me. Yeah. This is my buddy James Strickland does like all my tattoos. This was his like grandpa's cleaver that was all rusted out and stuff. So like Fitz completely like refurbished it, made it look almost brand new for him.
He should have made a video of it.
Exactly. Just wear a GoPro and time lapse it. It's like, man.
Even just set up your camera and do it.
Like even on your phone, like I don't know, man. It's hard. Like I'm really big on like we were talking about this earlier. Like we're really like our circle. Like it's like it should be for anybody. I'm not trying to sound I don't know what is it
conceited.
I'm just saying, like, you should have standards for your circle of friends and want everybody to do well. Like this tattoo literally is for me, Talon, and Mike, and it's a rising tide lifts all boats. Everybody's like, why do you have a pirate ship on your arm?
Yeah.
And I was like, it stands for rising tide lifts all boats. And it's like the three of us, like, we all have some businesses that tie in together, but, like, one thing that we've always been aboard or about is just making sure that if one of us is into something, we're letting the other people know. So, like this, like a couple stock things that came across. I immediately called both of them like, hey, just so you guys know, this is information I came across, and this is what I'm doing, and this is how much I'm putting in. Mm-hmm. And they both jumped on it and both made, a good amount of money on it. But it's just like, we all share that information, whether it's monetary, whether it's like, hey, there's concert tickets that we all want to see that's going to go on. So like, make sure you get on this. Like,
yeah.
And it's just like,
A lot of it comes down to having the same mindset as the people that you surround yourself with, because I mean that's such like a fucking cliche thing to say, but if you once you find the people who do have the same mindset, then you'll know right away. And then it's like, oh, I get what these people were talking about. I have really, really close friends from back home who I'm still really close with. That circle of friends used to be even bigger, but I only stay in contact with a few of them anymore because they understand my mindset. I understand theirs. We may not have the same mindset, but I still understand what they're doing to better themselves.
Exactly.
And then the people like you who I don't see very often, but when I do see you, it's like nothing has changed.
Sure.
We talk about, I mean, we talk shop a lot, like especially me hanging out with other YouTube friends. Like we talk about everything related to YouTube. What can you do to improve this and that and whatever?
With all the crazy rules and stuff going on.
Like if you're going to spend time with people, find people with the same mindset, because it's going to make your time way more valuable than just like going to a bar and fucking sitting with your high school buddy and drinking your life away.
I went through a phase of like audible.com. Excuse me. And then
Not a sponsor.
not yet.
Not yet.
But Frank Shamrock, he put out a book, and he talks about one big thing I got from the book was I've talked to you about this, the plus minus equal to thing with his friends.
Yeah.
And so for him in his life, he always has one friend he considers the minus person. It's not like he's better than that person, but it's just somebody that's maybe not doing as well as he is, or that looks up to him. And so he makes sure that he's putting effort and time in that relationship to help that person, support that person grow. Like, I'm really big on not using the word help. I don't think anybody's helpless. I think you can support your friends. But he's like, that's his minus person. That's the person he will check on throughout the week, month, or whatever, just to support them, whatever they're doing. Then he's got his equal to person. That's the person that's like on the same playing field as him, and he has healthy competition with, and it keeps him on his toes and keeps his A game up. And then he has that plus then person who, to them, he's the minus person. So that's the person he looks up to and gets advice from, and is aspiring to do the same things and similar things like that. And it's like, I've definitely used that since I read it like 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's the name of that again?
Frank Shamrock wrote a book. I can't remember the name of the book, but it's
called Minus Equal Plus. Or?
Oh, plus equal minus. Like that's
plus equal minus. Okay.
And he's just saying you have three friends in your life.
Yeah.
That are plus minus and equal.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, it keeps you humble. It like keeps you in like in service of like wanting to support others that are in your life and your circle. Like, man, I've noticed as we've gained more success and I've gotten older. Like, I'm 37 now, and it's like, man, my circle went from like this to, you know, we used to have a saying as cops. It's like you go from having your circle of like patrol versus detectives, right? And then your squad versus all the other squads.
Yeah.
Then like you three on the squad versus the rest of your squad. Then it gets down to just you. And he's like, you look at this, and what's that? He's like, it's an asshole, because you're a fucking asshole.
Okay.
And I'm just like, oh, damn.
Damn, you're right. We're all on the same team, man. A lot of people get caught in that mindset too, though. Like, they compare themselves to others too much. I did this guy reach out to me. He filmed Steve-O's documentary. I don't know if you saw that. Steve-O did like a documentary thing on his life or whatever. But he reached out to me and he was like, hey, could you comment on like being a creator and whatever? And he gave me like a few different things to pick from. I don't know when this is coming out or like where I'll even be able to find it. I told him to send it to me when it's done. But the few questions that he gave me, the one that I picked was, how do you find like a healthy manner to compare yourself to others? Like, do you compare yourself to other creators, or do you just like stay in your own lane and just do your own thing? And like my answer to that was essentially yes, I compare myself to other people, but not in like a toxic way. I'm looking at like the plus people, like you mentioned.
Yeah, people like I hope to be there someday.
Yeah, and even not even making the same kind of content as me. I'm looking up to these people who make videos that I watch, and I'm like, oh, I like the way he did that. Like a lot of it comes down to like camera technique and stuff like that. Not so much gear, but I'll see something really cool that I like in a video. I'm like, okay, what could I like? I like the way that looks. How do I film something where I can use that technique?
Could you ever see yourself having somebody else do videography and editing for you?
So I think, and this is one thing that I think about all the time.
Like how much life would be so much easier and more free
Yes.
time, but are you going to be okay with that going out into the world with your name on it?
Yeah. So I get people who reach out to me.
I had an editor for a little bit. It was great. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It took like 6 months for him to like learn how I wanted things.
Right. And I think there are definitely people out there who are way better at editing than me, and they could take whatever I film and make it way fucking cooler than how I'm making it. Because a lot of my videos, like, I put effort into them, but I can't spend too much time on one video because I'm going to be making another one next week or even the next day. So if I had someone who would dedicate, like, say I spend a whole day filming, if they spend a whole day editing whatever I just filmed, like, it's probably going to be better than me.
Right.
And whatever I can do.
I used to get stuck watching Sam Colder's videos.
I don't know if I know who that is.
He'll put out one video like every 3 to 4 months, because he'll do like one sequence that takes, like, he's doing frame by frame transitions that end up like a 1 month just for this like 15-second clip.
It's like Mark Rober. Do you know him? The scientist. He worked for NASA. He does one video a month, and they're like super elaborate, crazy build, like science projects and stuff. You ever see the videos of the glitter bomb that they would send out around Christmas time for package feeds?
Yeah, okay.
That was his video, and he did like 3 iterations of that.
Sam Colder's more like, he did some of the Chainsmoker music videos. But his is just super, like, he's gone through like animation transitions. Like, there's a couple of things where he's like literally like walking on top of a skyscraper in Japan, and then like the smoothest transition you'll ever see into an ocean. All of a sudden now he's in Brazil. Like, crazy transitions, like, which
takes a long time to do.
He finally broke down in a video and like showed like doing one transition and how it's like, this is why it takes a month for a video to come out.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine spending that long on a project. I don't even know the longest project that I've worked on. I would like to do something kind of wild though. I think
maybe like a year-end review type thing.
Yeah, sort of.
Like when I watched the Sunday Gunday intro, I'm like, man, the time that it must have taken to sequence that up.
Yeah, I've been thinking about redoing that actually, and just doing it better, because I'm way better at editing than I was when I
first
made that
I was
intro.
like, this is dope, but I was like, I could feel the pain of like, back 2 frames.
Yeah, seriously. That did take a while to edit it, but I think I did it in like maybe a day. But having all of those clips from like 100 range sessions, and then finding like the shot that sounded the best, and like the angle, whatever, so that it all flows together seamlessly. That one did take a while. I think a lot of those too, like I just did a channel trailer for my new channel, which I haven't uploaded to yet. I'm still trying to figure out what to do on there, but I saved all of the drone clips that I've ever taken from when I left Pennsylvania on the road trip like over a year ago now, and it turned out to be this fucking awesome montage of just like all the places that I've been traveling to and in the van and stuff like that. So I like projects like that, but I think the Alaska trip that I'm going to do next summer, which I know you're not going to come. Roger doesn't like road trips.
But I just drove to Utah for 3 hours project. And it's like, I hate it. Like I bought a Tesla because I hate driving. Like, and I said this in the other video. It
kind of drives itself almost.
So the Tesla makes me enjoy driving again.
Okay. How long will that last?
When it stops being fun, I'll pay $10,000 for the full self-driving.
Okay. You gonna trust that?
Yeah, I mean, I did once.
And we know how that turned out now. Oh man. All right, that's enough serious talk. Unless you have anything else you want to add to that.
Nope, I'm good.
Hopefully this helps people out there. Like every guest that I have on, we always talk about whatever makes sense for the time, and you and I talk business a lot and talk shop all the time. So I think last time I had you on, it was you and Mikey. It was, I don't know, it was a while ago, but we kind of talked about the same thing. We also talked about content creation and like how people are just kind of fucking lazy, because it's not a hard thing to do to get into, like we've already talked about.
Well, the thing is, okay, like we were just talking about like the gym being so close, right? If it's convenient, you're like flat out, it's a fact. If it's convenient, you're more likely to do it.
Yeah.
So like when you and I first started talking, like, dude, I vlogged with this.
Yeah, tiny little point and shoot.
Little Sony point and shoot thing that had a screen that flipped up, $300.
That's how I started too.
And I talked to you about it, and you're like, "Hey man, it's easy to use. Just do it." So I did it, and then I was like, "Man," I was watching one of his videos, and like it was when you got one of the new lenses.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I was like, I don't want to be that crispy. So then I was like, I bought a T3i. I was like, this thing is sweet.
Yeah.
And like I look back, I was like, I think it's crap.
it escalates quickly, and then now, I mean, like I'm at a point where, especially with camera gear, there's diminishing returns that happen really quickly. So like once you get to a certain level, like the camera that we're shooting on right now, which is the same camera that I vlog with, or the cameras that you shoot your videos on, like you could spend another $5,000 and get something like even doper, but the people who are watching the videos, they're just there for the content.
Yeah.
Like you got to make the videos good enough to a point where your workflow is stable and you're not crunching through 8K footage like trying to pump out a fucking edit.
I bought like a $1,200 Nikkor 1.8 35mm to vlog with, right? And it looks so crispy to me. Everybody knows, like, the comments are all just, why is it so blurry behind you?
Yeah.
I was just like, no.
Oh, the camera sucks, dude. Go back to the other one. I get that a lot too. Like whenever I would do B-roll, especially in like gun videos, I would like manual kind of rack focus, but I would follow the focus like down the barrel, like across the receiver, whatever. And so many people are like, "Oh, dude, I can't stand when it's blurry like that. I can't even see the gun." I'm like, dude, have you ever watched a movie? Like, do you think people are watching like a Tarantino movie? Like, yo, Samuel L. Jackson's out of focus in this shot. What the fuck, dude?
I used to film everything with a Nikon D750 and manual focus on a 1.8 lens. And I thought it was the crispiest, coolest, like, looking thing. That's what we got known for on Instagram. Like, me, Trauma, always doing these, like, cinematic gun edits that, like, I look back now, I'm just like, ugh.
That can be overdone for sure. I think there's like a threshold where if you're shooting 1.8 manual focus all the time and it's just like super bokeh, it can look cool. It's cooler for photos, but in videos I'm just like, oh,
you know
my
what I like
God,
now?
dude.
I like running everything f/22 and everything's in focus.
Let's do aperture priority and fuck it. I don't run NDs when I'm outside anymore. It's so
I film in auto now. I still take my photos are all manual, but everything as far as like video, I just throw in auto.
You do a lot of stuff at night too, which if I'm shooting at night that much too, I'm probably going to shoot in auto at the same time or aperture priority.
How did you? That was your like how like I know I was talking to you a little about yesterday, but how much nicer was it? I mean, granted, like between shooting in Pennsylvania to here, but
we're shooting last night.
Yeah, I mean, you shot with me at 117 degrees out in the middle of the day.
Yeah, versus, it was miserable.
You know, versus like when we shot the you helped me shoot the Bull Armory review when I got it, and you were climbing up on top of that mountain.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that day versus last night at 10 o'clock at night with just some studio lights.
Yeah, so on Roger's channel, I'll leave a link in the description. He does a lot of range stuff, similar to like Sunday Gun Day channel, but at night because it's so fucking hot here in Vegas. It was super nice though, just like 2 studio lights and
$35 Amazon studio lights, man.
Weather was beautiful. The only thing is like, luckily I slept a lot yesterday during the day because I was super hungover. Vegas. But we went out there and weather was beautiful. We were out there till like midnight. But
driving home from Utah, and I walk in and you just passed out on the couch.
Yeah. We had a good weekend on Saturday. I was gonna make a video of it, and I'm fucking glad I didn't at this point. So you know what a power hour is?
Power hour?
Power hour, yeah. You take a shot glass, fill it with beer, White Claw, whatever, just like not liquor.
I'm 37, man.
You take a shot. Take a shot every time the song changes, and they have power hour mixes.
Oh my god!
So every 60 seconds, you take a shot. If a shot is 1.5 ounces, you're looking at like a little over 7 beers in an hour. So we did a power hour, and then we were like, "Yo, that was fun. Let's put another one on." So then we did like a century, which is 100 shots in a row. And then by the end of that, I was just like sitting on the couch, just like a fucking zombie, just like staring ahead. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go to my van and lie down. And then I woke up and it was midnight, and I'm like, all right, cool. Brunch was a success.
That was brunch?
Yeah, dude. It started at 10 o'clock, and then it escalated
what
super
happened? I think
quickly.
I was supposed to have a party.
Yeah, that was at the party. So we went from brunch back to the house and started the power hour, and then like people were coming in and they were making food and stuff, and me and some of the other guys were just like bombed, super bombed. So that's why. Oh yeah. So tonight, going to the Knights game, and I mentioned earlier that I will have a drink for every period that the Knights are up. So as soon as they score in the first period, I'll go get a drink.
Oh, so you're not even gonna get one when we get there?
Should I?
I mean, Jade was already like, "You guys should pregame before we go."
Do they have Jack and Cokes there?
Yeah, man, that's what you drank last
at the other bar. Oh no, we went to the suite. We should talk about that.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So okay, if you guys are fans of hockey, we used to be able to get tickets way cheaper. But anyway, like John, John, Town, and my girlfriend went to was it last week on Wednesday?
Was it Friday?
No, we drove away Friday.
Oh yeah, Thursday
or Wednesday. Anyway, we went to the game 6 of round 2 for the playoffs, And for us to get 4 tickets was like $2,000. And of course, on the way there, I get a call from a buddy. He's like, "Hey man, I can't make it to the game. I'm gonna send you 4 tickets to my suite." I'm like,
Sweet. All right.
So I'm thinking like, okay, cool, it's seats up there. We get up there and it's like open bar, full food buffet,
Like catering, dude, waffle fries.
and like I just started this meal plan thing, and I'm just like, man, I can't let this stuff go to waste.
So
like,
we're eating burgers.
I'm all
and
texting him
meatballs.
I'm like, hey buddy, like all this stuff. He's like, yeah, man, make sure you eat and drink all this stuff because I already paid for it. And I can't make it to the game. I'm like,
oh my god.
and like I talked to him, like he paid $26,000 for the suite for one game.
That's insane. Good for him, man.
It's like we literally
we gotta hang out with that guy.
like John leaves like packing like they had chicken and waffles, so he's packing waffles in like the little
bags
wax
or
papers
whatever.
they had, and he's putting towel and like walking out. I'm calling like my buddy, my realtor's like watching the game too. He's at the arena. I was like, you want a vodka soda? Yeah. So I'm like filling up 2 vodka sodas, walking out of the arena.
The arena's right on the Las Vegas Strip, so you can just take drinks straight out of there. So I'm walking out with like 2 big Jack and Cokes in my hand. I'm like, woo. If we wouldn't have won though, I wouldn't have been as hyped.
It was a good game.
It was a really good game. Tonight's gonna be good too. I'm excited.
Like our plan was just to go to the suite and watch, like, because we had good seats that were behind, like, where the Knights shoot twice.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we'll go watch the second at the suite because it's on the next level. And then we were like, nah, man, it's center ice. We'll just stay here.
Where are the seats tonight?
Same ones we had last time.
Oh, same exact ones?
1 row up. So
Okay.
we're sitting right behind Knights shoot
Man,
twice.
peasants. We're just moving right up to the top. Kidding. That's a joke, people. All right, let's ask some dumb questions quick. Okay. You go out. You're a serial killer, killing a bunch of people. This is a
Dexter
reoccurring
vibes,
question.
okay.
Yeah, and you're on trial, sentenced to death. What's your last meal? Could be anything.
They have to bring Eddie in to do hibachi for me. Oja hibachi from the chef Eddie.
Chef Eddie from Oja comes in. It's just you
like
sitting
as
there.
I take my last bite, just have him kill me with his knife.
I see, dude. You're sitting there in an orange jumpsuit,
Catching shrimp.
catching shrimp in fucking handcuffs. Yeah, choo choo, ding 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 with the. He pulls a little guy out, makes him pee on you, and you're just sitting there like taking it.
You should probably explain that because they're probably what hibachi place do these guys go to where
no,
somebody comes out.
No, that's a common hibachi thing. If you guys have ever been to hibachi, they pour the shit. Hibachi. They pour the shit on the grill, and then they make the volcano stack,
Out of
and then
onions.
light it on fire out of onions, and then he moves it along and goes ting 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 on the table.
No, choo choo. It's a train.
And he's got the train. Yeah, but he hits his fucking knife off the table, so it sounds like train tracks. And then they got a little guy that pees on people. Oh, you get sake with that too. He can squirt sake in your mouth across the table. Damn, that was a good answer. I would always just be like, whatever I'm hungry for at the moment, like a fucking Chipotle or whatever. Damn, that's good. All right, this is one that I recorded a podcast with some friends of mine, and the fucking recording got messed up, so I apologize. The OG squad, I had Rhodes and Dave on. I'm gonna get them on the podcast eventually, but I think Rhodes had brought it up. Who would win in a fight, a grizzly bear or a silverback gorilla? And we went back and forth on this one because you got to think of like size. Claws.
I don't know, man. I feel like the gorilla because the gorilla has the more capabilities to do jujitsu.
That's true. You think they would like? I don't know how gorillas would fight.
But I feel like
So they
it's
just
just
swing at
I
each
feel like the
other?
gorilla's more agile. Like, sure, the bear can climb the tree, but the gorilla can just jump up in the tree.
Oh, the gorilla can climb the tree too.
But I mean, like, you get up there, the bear's not going to be as like the bear can't hang from a branch like that.
So devil's advocate, the bear has fucking knives on his hands.
Then he can't really climb.
No, bears and gorillas can both climb super
But I'm saying he's got
low.
knives on his hands. How you going to climb?
They can climb a tree at probably like 20 miles an hour.
I would just jump on his back and put so much weight that his knives hands are stuck on the ground.
That dude, bears can climb really fast.
But if he's got knives and he's stuck on the ground and you're putting all your weight on him,
They're not like fucking Edward Scissorhand knives that you fucking stick them in the dirt. I
I
don't
feel
know.
like his claws would be more deadly than knives. Haven't you seen that? Where's that the guy that came out from like getting attacked by the bear and his whole face was ripped off?
the actual
Yeah, the
video.
real life guy.
Yeah.
He's just like, well, just survive that. I'm like,
Face,
and he's
like,
got no
hanging
face.
off.
Like how do you? Why do you want?
I mean, I would want to document it too.
But why? Would you want to live anymore?
Oh, I mean, yeah, probably. I'm not just gonna like lay down and die. Like, oh shit, I look like fucking. My face is falling off. Like
Like you can't see, you probably can't smell anything anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would be thinking. I always
that's my like man, like
knock on wood.
blind, like
Yeah, I don't want to go blind either. Kind of on the same lines of that, like documenting tragedies. I don't know where this thought came. I think we were flying out to California one year to go skiing, and my buddy Dave and I were talking about it. But imagine like the plane goes down, or it's starting to go down, like turbulence and air, like oxygen mass drop, and you just pick up your camera and start vlogging. Because most I mean,
I kind of would. That would be like my initial reaction. Well,
I don't know if it would be in the moment. But imagine, like, my vlog quality of a plane crashing, because most of the time it's a fucking cell phone from the 1990s, and it's like, that would be gnarly. Good audio, too. Turn it into a podcast.
I don't know. I feel like I'd be on my phone already. I'd be like...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess. That would be nuts, though. I don't know why.
But it'd probably just be like me recording my last, like,
hey, Mom, love you.
it would be like, whoever gets this, don't sell any of my guns for what I paid for them.
Right now, you could sell them for way more. double the price of them.
And don't sell AMC. Hold.
Don't sell. Hold AMC. Anyone out there in AMC? Let us know in the comments down below. We're in AMC. It's already doing pretty good. I haven't checked it since we've done the podcast, but
I'm up like 60K.
I'm going to check it after this. All right, shout out to QVO Tactical. We can make QVO the sponsor of today's video podcast. Go to QVOTactical.com. Use code TALONSENTME at checkout. You can get, I think it's 10% off holsters, mag carriers, anything that you guys sell on the site. Do you have any new products coming out that you want to tell people about?
Honestly, man, all this stuff people have been going nuts about. I know it's not your jam, but all of this, like...
Gucci Louis. So if you're looking on the video podcast, it's what is it, vinyl?
It's a faux leather, man, but it's like, I would equate it to vinyl. Like, a lot of people are thinking it's a print, and then they get it, and they're like, hey, man, this feels so genuine. It's like...
It feels like leather. So you got Supreme, Louis Vuitton Supreme. You got, what are the black ones? I like the black-looking ones.
Demir. The checker. There you go.
Yeah, what company is that? Oh, that's Louis Vuitton, too. What other... Is it just Louis, or you do, like, Gucci or something, too?
No, we haven't got any of those, because it's...
Here's another one for you guys.
I'm trying to explain this to people. Like, even though stuff is, like... faux, like, okay, so for 20 yards of multicam black, a licensed Cry Precision multicam Cordura,
this is the material that they're wrapping on the outside.
So like, if you buy
holsters.
a multicam black holster from us that's fabric wrapped, you're getting genuine Cry Precision that is the same as your gear, your bags, your pants, uniforms, etc. That stuff cost me about $200 for 20 yards. Mm-hmm. This stuff cost me $1,300 for 10 yards.
Dude.
And I have to waste a lot of it because we want to make sure that word
the logo is
part of it all, and it doesn't come like this on every strip. Yeah. So like a good 30% of this just goes to waste.
And would you say most of your holster orders right now are for stuff like that?
Dude, we call it bougie LV. So much of this, the brown that you shot yesterday.
Yep. How do you even order that much that fast? Like, you're putting a lot of money into it. Yeah, I mean, you have to. The supply is there. You got good people working for you. There's so many of these here. Rainbow Louis Vuitton. He's got so many holsters right here.
The brown one's in the bag next to you, I think.
If you guys are not watching this on the video podcast, you can follow QVO Tactical on Instagram and see all this stuff. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I don't even think I need any holsters right now. I boxed up all the holsters that I've ever gotten from you from like the first 3 or 4, whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to open up a QVO satellite campus and start getting rid of the gear. I should bring you some of the first holsters that you ever made for me.
Don't.
Just burn them. Why do you still have those?
Our AIO mag carrier, we made it all in one. That mag carrier is doing really well. Design went into Fusion, started designing stuff, and pretty much... It's a mag carrier that can be canted any direction for you, and can be mounted inside the waistband, outside the waistband, tech lock, molly lock. For you guys to understand what we're talking about here, it's a mag carrier that can be mounted on whatever belt you can throw at it. But in addition to it, it's got an adjustable retention device called a MRD, magazine retention device, and it'll literally work for any double stack 9 or 40 mag Any mag. So you buy one mag carrier, put it on your belt.
It's good for whatever gun you're
whatever
running
you're
that
gonna
day.
throw it.
Yeah, that's cool. I think I should probably get AK, do an AK mag carrier.
We have the molding. You'd be the first one to actually run it. We have a couple out there, but
The thing with that is AK mags are they vary so much.
Nobody has
compared
a
to
tolerance for them, man. It's like you look at it, it's like
there are no tolerances on an AK. It's just like fucking throw some metal together and hopefully it runs. Yeah. And then dude, the Velcro holsters too. The Velcro backing. A lot of people ask me that too. Like, how do you run your gun in a Vertex bag? And I use those, but I have 2 of them and I interchange them all the time. So
I should contract you and have you make product videos for me explaining that stuff, so I don't have to.
I could.
Yeah, 100%. I just need a separate playlist on YouTube that Des uses, or we link on the actual website.
That you just send it.
But yeah, here you go.
This is this holster. This is that holster.
I got so many questions about how to set the secondary, how to set this holster up on with a Safari Land mounting kit on a Molly belt. So I just said screw it, made a whole video on it, and that video's got like 25,000 views.
Yeah, dude. If you, I mean, I would have to come to Vegas for like 2 weeks or something, but if you like scripted for each product, like what exact things you wanted to hit on, I could fucking totally do that. We'll talk about it later.
Cool.
All right. Anything you want to plug? Anything you got going on? Instagram, YouTube. Buy some holsters. Use code Talon sent me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was it.
That's it. All right, cool.
Go to Ventura Munitions too. We're gonna go down there right now and pick up some guns.
Yeah.
Can we say that on here or no?
Yeah. Shit, fuck it. I mean, dude, YouTube. Fuck them. Side Productions. We just released 2 new products on the website. Not the shirt that I'm wearing right now, but new shirt design, new hat design, and hopefully they're sold out by now because they would have been live for like the weekend. But yeah, check that stuff out. And I guess that's gonna be all for today. If you are new here, consider subscribing. We are doing this every week. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you in the next one.